starting out pretty loud here. Ugh. Oh, my throat. Yeah, that should be good. Like to say. All right, so I have no idea what this game is, aside from like some sort of turn-based strategy game, and I also... Oh, man. Haven't talked a whole lot today. Anyway, yeah, turn-based strategy and blah, blah, blah. But, you know, hey, I got it requested. Play this game and also read the Bible. So let me go just open up my... just go on Google here, or just look for Bible. Bible gateway to the searchable Bible. I don't know, man. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know like what the bad websites for the Bible are. Here, maybe Wikipedia can just give me some sort of external link to said thing. The Christian Bible. Biblical canon? No. Like, as far as I know, I don't think Wikipedia is going to be trying to really give me horrible virusin. Who knows, though? So, it could... it probably is the best one, but, like... people also ask, who really wrote the Bible? Oh, what do we got? According to Jewish and Christian dogma, the books of Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy, first books in the entirety of Torah, written by Moses. A few issues, lack of evidence that Moses ever existed. Yeah. When you get that far back, it's a little bit, I suppose that makes sense that it's a little bit difficult. Just give me the Bible gateway. I don't want to go here, but I'm doing it. So, just let me read the Bible, dude. I don't see why that's so difficult. Like, I'm not looking for specific... yeah, certainly, somewhere here, it's just going to be a... You know, like, Bible online. What do you got? God, I don't want to... This is just called Bibble.com. That's not the same thing at all. I've looked at the word Bible so much that it no longer looks like a word. I think I misspelled Bible. So anyway, what's going on here? Doc, why you stream so late? I just literally got back from work. Literally. Hey, it's Into the Breach. Name is Alpha. Yeah, that sounds cool. I mean, after all, I am truly the greatest Alpha or something, whatever. No, don't you remember? It's like on Wednesday or Tuesday or something, people said that I should play Into the Breach and also read the Bible at the same time. But there's no easy way to read the Bible, it seems. I think. I'm going to be real with you. I don't want to click on just a whole bunch of links trying to find some sort of online version of said Bible. So, hey, let's start the new game already. All right. Am I Alpha because this guy's name is Ralph? Like Ralpha? Change time traveler. Oh, there's a bunch of different guys, including, I don't know, maybe it's just somebody with very pointed hair, but isn't maybe, I don't know. All right, well, choose that guy. Okay. Okay. Well, that sounds fine to me. Pushing an enemy. Okay. That also pushes the enemy. Probably does not push the enemy. No, it also pushes the enemy. All right, there we go. Psalm 33:33. I mean, let me see. If you got any favorite Bible verses, tell me them right now so I can start reading them. Sing to him a new song, play skillfully, and shout for joy. There you go. Okay, come on, I know, like, whatever places, like the Gutenberg Project, I think would probably have that for free pretty easily. That's just a place that is a gigantic, yeah, here we go. It's just a place that is just a, straight up gigantic, repository of books that are not in the public domain anymore. That's where I read a lot of books. So, who's ready to hear a little bit of Bible? Or do we want to start with the game? What do you want to do first? Do you want to do the Bible or do you want to do the game? Because we can do either, really. And I guess if I could change a squad, can I even do anything with this? No, I got this. All right. Well, anyway, so to begin, the first book of Moses, called Genesis, the book of Genesis, if you will. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw the light, and it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. And God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." And God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. Anyway, let's get back to the game. What is there? Random squad? Does that actually do anything? Okay. Start her up, Dan. And God called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. And God said, I'm going to guess, really? Alms? Sure. Ooh, I like Techno Island. Did you miss? Yes, happy birthday, Silver. And I'll read a little bit more of the Bible just because you did ask for it. And God said, "Let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas. And God saw that it was good. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth." And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, and the herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the third day. Now, back to the first island. Oh man, there's a bunch of different things here, isn't there? In Southern Baptist, please? No, that's not the one I have. I have this version of the Bible, and that's it. So anyway, we're doing all we can to protect the refugee. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beast of the earth after his kind." And it was so. And God made the beast of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good. It's not that simulation. Why am I reading the Bible? You asked that I should read the Bible. Don't you remember? You said, "Hey, Doc, when's the Bible?" And I'm like, I got to figure out a place to upload it. And then he said, no, I mean, when's the Bible? And I said, I'll do it on Friday alongside Into the Breach. It'll be Into the Breach and Bible. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. And God blessed them. And God said unto them, "Be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth and subdue it, I have dominion over fish of the sea, over fowl of the air, and over every other living thing that moveth upon the earth. And God said, Behold, I have given you every herb-bearing seed, which is upon the face of the earth, every tree in which is the fruit yielding seed, to you it shall be for meat. That's a little over dramatic. This is a dramatic book. What are you literally talking about? We're literally talking about the creation of the earth. If I can't get a little bit dramatic about that, when can I? Ridiculous. Oh, wait, then what am I talking about? Wait, I missed it. Look, y'all should have said not to. Y'all said that you wanted to hear the Bible. What can I say? You want it. You wanted this. This is what you wanted. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat, and it was so. And God saw everything he had made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and morning were the sixth day. Thus the heaven and the earth were finished, and all the host of them. And on the seventh day God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work that he had made. Who said that? I'm pretty sure Silver said that on my birthday stream, I want to hear the Bible. So do I move this thing? Select your Mac. Okay. Oh, just click on it. All right. We can also just hit 1 to push to attack a new location, can save buildings, make enemies attack each other. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty simple from what I've seen. But it's just like, yeah. Look, if you're going to read it, I'm going to listen. All the same to me. Oh, man. Well, to get over here, right? And then I assume that you probably want me to. Ah, I see. I can also undo move. Okay. So you probably want me to move over there and then do this. Yes. I get it. I get it. No, he explicitly said the Bible. Look, do I have to go, like, look back at the, like, log or something from that day? Obviously go over here. Punch him. No, not the punch. Punch the fire. There. This feels like a bad germ a bit. No? He wouldn't read the Bible. Why would he do that? Look, I'll stop if you want. It's just, you know. All right. Yes, I do enjoy apparently the entire city yelling at you that you're doing a good job. It does really encourage me to continue to do better. So, is there a thing where I can just, like, punch this thing into, well, yeah. Artillery mech. Adjacent tiles are pushed. Main thing takes damage. Yeah, but that would also hit them. So I suppose I'll probably want to go here and then. Yeah, but that will hurt. Ah, yeah. Okay, I see. Well, let's do this. Oh, here we are. That did not move the city. Yeah. That's what I expected, but still, you know, just to be sure. Right? Not surprised that is a thing. Most non-flying enemies. Okay, so flying enemies do make kind of a difference. I'm going to turn there. So, I mean, there's nothing else here, though. You in RTS? This is a TBS. What are you talking about? This is hardly real time. I don't know if you've noticed that. I should have asked for it in Japanese. I mean, I'm sure I could probably find that here if you really want that. I'm sure it exists. Okay. Okay, and you can right-click to cancel, it looks like. Now, if I do that, obviously it seems like the thing I probably want to do immediately is punch this thing right in the water. Get that taken care of immediately. If I just hit this, that's not really going to do too much for me. I can try and hit that. I can try and hit that. Probably should try and hit this because it does seem to be attacking. Is that right? No. Probably want to take this. Then, no. Well, that's interesting, but I don't think that's quite what I'm looking for. So an RTS, but even more boring, which creates a boring singularity. I don't know what you're talking about. My favorite strategy games are turn-based. I would much rather play that than real time. Besides, I think it's a lot more... Okay. Interesting just in general. Being able to plan out your strategy and everything like that. Okay. Well, if I just go like here... I'll probably at least do that, and that will prevent them from attacking. And this will just move over here for attacking on the next round. Yeah, that should do. Okay, and there's that. I see. Okay. Well then. Yeah, if I hit that, that'll get pushed into that. Probably. Well, I mean, if I just go right over... Actually, no. I think that one singular hit here will be able to take care of this. Yes. And then I don't want to accidentally... Well, here, let's see if I can just, like, go over here, then smash that like button. Smash it. Smash the like button, chat. Now, does that do extra damage pushing it into objects? Okay, there you go. That's what I was thinking. And it's like, I don't really think that we care too much about the damage mountains. Am I right? Read more of the Bible so don't get bored. Okay. And on the seventh day, God ended his work. No, I already read that. And God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which God created and made. Because that in it he rested from all his work which God created and made. These are the generations of the heavens and of the earths when they were created. In the day the Lord, all capitals of course, God made the earth and the heavens, and then poorly formatted. The next 2:5 is, and every plant in the field before it was on earth, and every herb in the field before it grew, for the Lord God had not caused it to rain upon the earth, and there was not a man to till the ground. But there went up a mist from the earth, and watered the whole face of the ground. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. And the Lord God planted a garden eastward in Eden, and there he put man whom he had formed. And out of the ground made the Lord God to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight, and good for food, for the tree of life also in the midst of this garden, and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And a river went out of Eden to water the garden, and from thence it was parted, and became into 4 heads. The name of the first is Pison? That is it which encompassed the whole land of Havilah, where there is gold. And the gold of that land is good, and the bdellium and the onyx stone. And the name of the second river is Gihon. It is that encompasses the whole land of Ethiopia. I do know that word. The name of the third river is Hidakal, and it is which goeth toward the east of Assyria, and the fourth river is Euphrates. Okay, there we go. And the Lord God took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it. Okay, anyway. End turn, I suppose. Repeat everything you said. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God was moved on the face of the waters. And God said, let there be light, and there was light. And God saw the light, and that it was good. And God divided the light from darkness, and God called the light day, and the darkness he called night, and the evening and morning were the first day. And God said, let there be firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. And God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. And God called the firmament heaven, and in the evening and morning were called the seventh day. And God said, let the waters under heaven be gathered together under one place, and let dry land appear, and it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters was called seas, and God said that it was good. And God said, let the earth bring forth grass, and the herb yielding seed, and the fruit yielding and the fruit tree yielding fruit of after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth, and it was so. After the earth brought forth grass, and herb yielding seed after his kind, the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind, and God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the third day. And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. And let them be lights in the firmament of heaven, and give light upon the earth. And it was so. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. And he made stars also. And God set them in the firmament in the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. And God said, let the waters flow abundantly from the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that fly in the earth upon the open vermin. And God created great whales and everything living creating fruit. I mean, I really skipped a lot of this, didn't I? I think I skipped into the second chapter somehow. I don't know how that happened. So you're actually you're caught up. It's cool. There. 2 turns, you say. Ugh. ADMR Bible or jazz it up? No points for speed reading. The points for speed reading were just there because, I had to reread through the part of the Bible that I already read through. Oh, man. Rap God Eminem. Yeah, that would be the MC stands for Mr. Christ. No vector detected. Tidal waves, coal plant. Was I speed running the Bible? I mean, this is a pretty long book, Let's check out Antiquity Row. Actually, wait. 1 star versus... no. Those are bonus objectives, I see. Is there anything that gives you a indication of, how difficult something is? There's tidal waves here, but I don't know what that means. Well, let's go with this, then. All right. People ask me to read the Bible. I'm just saying. This is a thing that happened. Actually, no. Undo that one. Whatever. No, how do I unconfirm? How do I deconfirm? I don't know. What if you read the Bible and replace God with uwu? And uwu blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters of the sea, and let fowl multiply in the earth. And evening and morning were the 5th day. And uwu said, let the earth bring forth creatures after the blah, I already saw that bit. From the nostrils, breath of life. Ethiopia and a bunch of other places that I probably cannot pronounce. Or at least definitely pronounced incorrectly. Remember, beasts of the field, fowl of the air. Yes. And Adam gave names to all the cattle, and the fowl of the air, and to the beasts of the field. But for Adam there was not found an helpmeet for him. And the Lord Uwu caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept. So he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof. And the rib which the Lord Uwu had taken from the man made he a woman, and brought her unto the man. And Adam said, This is now bone of my bones, and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, for they shall be one flesh. They were both naked, and the man and his wife, and were not ashamed. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord Uwu had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath God said, Ye shall not eat of every tree in the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat the fruit of the trees of the garden, but the fruit of the tree that is in the midst of the garden, Uwu hath said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die. For Uwu doth know in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing of good and evil. That's really the criterion in which we judge if people are of gods. And when the woman saw the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, as all trees and fruit are, and a tree desired to make one wise, she took the fruit thereof and did eat, and also gave it to her husband with her, and he did eat. And the eyes of both of them were the eyes of them both were opened, and they knew they were naked, and they sewed fig leaves together, and made themselves aprons. And they heard the voice of the Lord Uwu walking in the garden in the cool of the day. And Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of Lord Uwu amongst the trees of the garden. And the Lord Uwu called unto Adam, and said unto him, Where art thou? And he said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid, because I was naked, and I hid myself. And he said, Who told thee that thou wast naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree, wherefore I commanded thee thou shouldest not eat? Oh, man. Can I get a better translation of this somewhere? After the man said, The woman thou gavest to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat. And the Lord Uwu said unto the woman, What is this thou hast done? And the woman said, The serpent beguiled me. Come on. Cut me some slack here. And the Lord Uwu said unto the serpent, Because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly thou shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat for days of thy life. Holy Christ. And I will put enmity between these and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. Okay. Anyway, back to, how do I undo this? Whatever. What was that? It's the Bible. Fucking take it up with God, dude. Like, blame God for the Bible. You know what? Maybe I will. Fair enough. Right into the mountain. There we go. Doc, do you believe in God? I believe that the Lord Ooh is there, and it's something. Oh boy, that's gonna get hit once. It'll probably be okay. Are you making fun of God? Are you making fun of God? Goodbye, grid. Whatever. Oh, pinned, I see. Yes, can I shoot it? No, it's too far away. I see. Okay, undo that move then. Yeah, but if I do this, right? Yeah. Okay, okay. What if I just wanted to restart this then? Abandoned timeline? Back in time? That seems unnecessary. Ah. Can still attack and just punches away, of course. Can't move though, eh? That'll do at least. And then I guess what I'm going to do is probably at least take this thing out. Oh, Burning Forest, huh? Okay. Did you ever see Bob Roberts? What? I'm back to your parrot. The pilot dies and the mech is disabled. Okay. That should be fine. I don't think anybody's in any real danger right now. This is a turn. This is actually made by the FTL guys, but I don't think it's a roguelite. I think it is just a... Oh, boy. Okay, what if I just moved here and hit this? No. I actually apparently need to move here. No. I would need to hit the train. Yeah, okay. So that's how that's going to work. Okay, what if I went here? Can I at least, like, get rid of this? Hull breached. Now what? Oh, because it hit... Okay. How do I, like, redo the... What if I just abandon the timeline? Okay, so it is just, like, it goes right back to normal. Okay. Reset turn? But it's like, no, I want to reset the fight. Now, and apparently it does kind of change up over time here. You can't. That seems clear. Seems like sort of an annoying thing to do. Yeah, you can't go back. Well, it's a good... Can I? No, he'll die. But I don't know. It's interesting. Archive tank. You can stop reading the Bible and playing when you're ready. So do you want me to go back and read the Bible? I'm confused. Which one am I doing? So can I just like go there, and like probably here? Confirm, baby. Okay, those things move pretty fast. You can reset a turn one time per fight. Well, that's just, I don't know. This doesn't seem like it's that useful then. Can I just punch that, I guess? And that'll hit that and that, though. Yeah, okay. I'll undo that move. Go back here. I'm going to go here. Do that. That was not necessary at all. Oh, well. I guess we're doing this. No, you can stop reading. Just in time to hear excerpts from Genesis. What did I miss? Oh, you missed a lot of stuff, but don't worry. It's fine. I don't know if those tanks make any difference, really. Okay, what if I went here and like did this? No, it is gonna... No, that's gonna take a really big hit out of everything. Oh well, let's just do it anyway. For fun! No, this is not working either. Oh well, ban the timeline again. All right, once more. What difficulty are you on? Normal. Like part of Genesis, we're currently on 3:15. So 3:16, I guess, actually. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. And unto Adam he said, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree which I commanded thee, saying, thou shalt not eat of it, cursed is the ground for thy sake. In sorrow thou shalt eat thou shalt eat of it all days of thy life. Thorns and also thistles shall it bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herb of the field. In thy sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread till thou return unto the ground, for out of it wast thou taken, for dust thou art, and unto dust shalt thou return. Okay. And Adam called his wife's name Eve, because she was the mother of all living. Unto Adam and to his wife did the Lord Uwu make coats of skins and clothe them. And the Lord Uwu said, behold, the man is become one of us, to know good and evil. And now, lest he put forth his hand and take of the tree of life and eat, and live forever. And live forever. Therefore the Lord Uwu sent him forth from the Garden of Eden to till the ground from whence he was taken. And so he drove out the man and placed at the east of the Garden of Eden cherubims and a flaming sword which turned every way to keep the way of the tree of life. And Adam knew Eve his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord. Boo-woo. And she again bare his brother Abel, and Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in process of time it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord. And Abel he also brought the firstlings of his flock and the fat thereof. And the Lord Uwu had respect unto Abel and to his offering, but unto Cain and his offering he did not respect. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. And the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen? If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou dost not well, sin lieth at the door, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against his brother and slew him. You sure are skipping a ton there? What do you mean? This is the Bible, dude. Like, what do you mean? Like, I'm reading this is the text, man. Like, do you think that an ancient book of religion is going to be more specific in its parables? This isn't a great copy of the Bible. No, it's some fucking old ass. It's the King James version of the Bible. I'll see if I can find another one on here. Ooh, I can get Paradise Lost, but that's not the Bible. What is this? A revised Douay Rheims version of the Holy Bible in 1856. English exiles, many from Oxford, established the English College of Douay. Flanders under William Allen. Oh, okay. This'll work. Paradise Lost is a Bible to some people. You know that's not the same thing. Hear no more of your lies. No, this is not the new King James Bible. It's the King James Bible. King James version. Well, at least it was. King James version is way longer than that. I don't know, man. I mean, unless that was some sort of abridged version of it. Well, anyway. Okay, back to chapter 4. Offer the gifts of the earth. Shoot his acceptance of the sacrifice. Cain's offerings has no respect, and Cain was exceedingly angry, and his countenance fell. Why art thou angry? Why did the countenance fall? And Cain said to Abel his brother, "Let us go forth abroad." And when they were in the field, Cain rose up against his brother and slew him. And God said to Cain, "Where is thy brother Abel?" And answered, "I know not. Am I my brother's keeper?" And he said to him, "What hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth from the earth. Now therefore cursed shalt thou be upon the earth, which hath opened her mouth and received the blood of thy brother at thy hand. When thou shalt till it, it shall not yield to thee its fruit. A fugitive and vagabond shalt thou be upon the earth." Now, I don't know what sort of Bible y'all are used to, which apparently is super expanded upon this bullshit, but come on. Y'all change it to auditory ASMR. Give me a second. Oh boy, what's this? Here, give me a second. Auditory ASMR. Let me just throw that on there as a tag. Bible study ASMR. Let me crank down the volume in the thing a little bit. Crank up the volume. Oh yeah, everybody. I hope you're ready for a little bit of ASMR related to the Bible. Are you? Because here we go. Crieth from the earth, etc. And Cain said unto the Lord. And Cain said unto the Lord, "My iniquity is greater than that I may deserve pardon. Behold, thou dost cast me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face I shall be hid, and I shall be a vagabond and a fugitive on earth. Every one, therefore, that findeth me shall kill me." Everyone that findeth me shall kill me. His guilty conscience made him fear his own brothers and nephews, of whom by this time there might be a good number upon the earth, which had now endured nearly 130 years. I think this is just these are like notes. These are notes of the Bible, apparently. Yeah, okay, there we go. And the Lord said to him, "No, it shall not so be. But whoever shall kill Cain shall be punished sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, that whoever found him should not kill him. And Cain went out from the face of the Lord, and dwelt as a fugitive on the earth, on the east side of Eden. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived, and brought forth Enoch. And he brought a city, and called the name thereof the name of his son Enoch. And Enoch begat Irad, and Irad gat Meravel, and Meravel begat Methuselah, and Methuselah begat Lamech, who took two wives, and the name of one was Ada, and the name of other was Selah. And Ada brought forth Jabal, and Jew's father of such as dwell in tents, and of herdsmen, and his brother name was Jubal. He was the father of them that play the harp and the... Okay, what is this already? Well, anyway, damn, Twitch just charged me subscription to your channel. Yeah, it is an automatic thing if you're not using it, if you let it, which is good for me. Now then, Selah also broke forth Tubal-Cain, who was a hammerer and artificer in every work of brass and iron. And his sister Tubal-Cain was... I can't pronounce these names. I'm sorry. And Lamech said to his wives, Ada and Selah, "Hear my voice, ye wives of Lamech. Hearken to my speech. For I have slain a man to the wounding of myself, and a stripling to my own bruising. Sevenfold vengeance shall be taken for Cain, but for Lamech 70 times sevenfold." That's a lot of folds. Adam also knew his... What is this fan fiction? What sort of Bibles have you people been reading? You know this isn't like the Satanic Bible or something. You want text to speech? You want text to speech. All right, let's see what we got here. I'll take off auditory ASMR first off. And, all right. Now, let's see here. Chrome text to speech. Read out loud text to speech. Is it, no, that's an extension. Mm-hmm. Okay, I just got to look around here for a second. Trying to figure out exactly how to do this. Hear text out loud. Chromebook? No, this is not what I'm looking for. For Google Chrome, this is just, again, like a... No, that's an extension, again. Well, here, is this extension any good? Over 2 million users. I assume that's probably not going to be horrible. I can only hope. Please don't be bad. Now how do I get it working here? I just like... Oh, okay. There we go. Okay, let me just go... Give me 1 second. I hope somebody got their birthday wish. As far as I know, Silver is here watching this, getting their birthday wish. Oh, you're uncomfortable with the Bible talk? Don't worry. There's going to be a lot more. In fact, there's going to be me competing with the Bible to be talking over. So I hope y'all are ready, because here it comes.
4:17. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived, and brought forth Enoch, and he built a city, and called the name thereof by the name of his son Enoch. His wife. She was a daughter of Adam, and Cain's own sister, God dispensing with such marriages in the beginning of the world.
Now, what are we even doing
could not
here?
Otherwise be propagated.
Earth mines, anything that triggers the mines will be killed. That actually might be kind of useful.
When his race was multiplied, so as to be numerous enough to people it. For in the many hundred years he lived, his race might be multiplied even to millions. 4:18.
Yes, Alex, what's the
Enoch
problem?
begot Arad, and Arad begot Maviel, and Maviel begot Methusael, and Methusael begot Lamech. 4:19.
Hey, it's doing about as good a job of pronouncing it as I was.
The name of the one was Ada, and the name of the other Selah. 4:20. And Ada brought forth Jabal, who was the father of such as dwell in tents
everybody, nice.
and of herdsmen. 4:21. And his brother's name was Jubal, he was the father of them that play upon the harp and the organs. 4:22. Selah also brought forth Tubal-Cain, who was a hammerer and artificer in every work of brass and iron. And the sister of Tubal-Cain was Noema. 4:23. And Lamech said to his wives Ada and Selah, Hear my voice, ye wives of Lamech, hearken to my speech, for I have slain a man to the wounding of myself.
You know, like straight up,
and stripling to my own bruising. I have slain a man,
straight up, I could just go find somebody that actually read the Bible rather than text to speech, but that's not what we're doing right now.
Him for a wild beast, and that having discovered what he had done, he beat so unmercifully the youth by whom he was led into that mistake that he died of the blows. 4:24. Sevenfold vengeance shall be taken for Cain, but for Lamech 70 times sevenfold. 4:25. Adam also knew his wife again, and she brought forth a son, and called his name Seth, saying, God hath given me another seed for Abel, whom Cain slew. 4:26. But to Seth also was born a son, whom he called Enos. This man began to call upon the name of the Lord. Began to call upon, etc. Not that Adam and Seth had not called upon God before the birth of Enos, but that Enos used more solemnity in the worship and invocation
it gives you a lot more
of God.
help. Okay.
Genesis chapter 5. The genealogy, age, and death of the patriarchs from Adam to Noah. The translation of Enoch 5:1. This is the book of the generation of Adam. In the day that God created man, he made him to the likeness of God. 5 to 2.
I'm suffering.
He created them male and female, and blessed them, and called their name Adam, in the day when they were created. 5 to 3. And Adam lived 130 years, and begot a son to his own image and likeness, and called his name Seth. 5 to 4. And the days of Adam, after he begot Seth, were 800 years, and he begot sons and daughters. 5 to 5. And all the time that Adam lived came to 930 years, and he died. 5 to 6. Seth also lived 105 years, and begot Enos.
I sure do be a tit type.
5 to 7.
Great.
And Seth lived after he begot Enos 807 years, and
You know this
begot
is
sons
Bible
and
stream,
daughters.
right?
5
I'll
to
turn
8.
up the Bible
And all
if
the
you don't,
days
if
of
you're
Seth
not
were
listening enough to this.
912 years, and he died. 5 to 9. And Enos lived 90 years, and begot Canaan 5:10. After whose birth he lived 815 years, and begot sons and daughters. 5:11. And all the days of Enos were 905 years, and he died. 5:12. And Canaan lived 70 years, and begot Mahalaleel. 5:13. And Canaan lived after he begot Mahalaleel
no, this is not
840
working.
years, and begot sons and daughters.
Whatever.
5:14.
Ah,
And all the days of Canaan were 910 years, and he died. 5:15. And Mahalaleel lived 65 years, and begot
Let's go,
Jared.
baby.
5:16. And Mahalaleel lived after he begot Jared 830
we all know there were tit
years,
titans in the
and begot
Bible. That's
sons
not
and
true at
daughters.
all. Well, I mean, we'll find out, I
5:17.
suppose.
And all the days of Mahalaleel were 895 years, and he died. 5:18. And Jared lived 162 years, and begot Enoch. 5:19. And Jared lived after he begot Enoch 800 years, and begot sons and daughters. 5:20. And all the days of Jared were 962 years, and he died. 5:21. And Enoch
and
lived
he died is
65
pretty
years,
great.
and begot Methuselah. 5:22. And Enoch walked with God, and lived after he begot Methuselah 300 years, and begot sons and daughters. 5:23. And all the days of Enoch were 365 years. 5:24. And he walked with God.
Why
and
are we
was
listening
seen
from the
no
very
more,
beginning? You
because
missed that
God
part.
took
I was
him.
reading it.
5:25. And Methuselah lived 187 years, and begot Lamech. 5:26.
Get him out of here.
And Methuselah lived after he begot Lamech 782 years, and begot sons and daughters. 5:27. And all the days of Methuselah were 969 years, and he died.
Nice.
5:28. And Lamech lived 182 years, and begot a son. 5:29. And he called his name Noah, saying, This same shall comfort us from the works and labors of our hands on the earth, which the Lord
God
hath
damn it.
cursed.
Event
5:30.
timeline, baby.
And Lamech
Doing
lived
it
after
again.
he begot Noah 595
You were reading it?
years,
Yeah, you missed
and
it.
begot sons and daughters. 5:31. And all the days of Lamech
You can
came to
reset the turn? No, not enough,
777
though.
years, and he died. And Noah, when he
And then
was
I died.
500 years old, begot Sem, Cham, and Japheth. Genesis chapter 6. Man's sin as the cause of the deluge. Noah is commanded to build the ark. 6:1. And after that men began to be multiplied upon the earth, and daughters were born to them. 6:2.
Hold up.
The
Is it
sons
reading
of God,
Noah
seeing
as
the daughters
Noah?
of men, that they were fair,
Oh, it
took
is.
to themselves wives of all which they chose.
Because it's
The
spelled
sons of
N-O-E in
God.
this version of the Bible.
The descendants of Seth and Enos are here called sons of God from their religion and piety, whereas the ungodly race of Cain, who by their carnal affections lay groveling upon the earth, are called the children of men. The unhappy consequence of the former marrying with the latter ought to be a warning to Christians to be very circumspect in their marriages, and not to suffer themselves to be determined in their choice by their carnal passion, to the prejudice of virtue or religion. 6:3. And God said, My spirit shall not remain in man forever, because he is flesh, and his days shall be 120 years. His days
Wow,
shall
that's
be,
pretty good.
etc. The meaning is that man's days, which before the flood were usually 900 years, should now be reduced to 120 years.
Ah, fuck!
Or rather, that God would allow men this term of 120 years for their repentance and conversion before he would send the deluge. 6:4. Now giants were upon the earth in those days. For after the sons of God went in to the daughters of men, and they brought forth children, these are the mighty men of old, men of renown. Giants. It is likely the generality
again, I would
of
like
men
to just,
before the flood were of a gigantic stature in
I
comparison
would just
with what
like to
men now
point
are.
out that I could just go to
These
LibriVox
here
right now and
spoken
find
of are
somebody
called
that's
giants
actually
as
just
being
reading
not
the
only tall
Bible
in
rather than
stature,
text
but
to speech.
violent
But
and
we're not doing
savage in
that.
their dispositions and mere monsters of cruelty and lust. 6 to 5.
Yeah, that's
And
me.
God, seeing that the wickedness of men was great on the earth, and that all the thought of their heart was bent upon evil at all times.
No giants. They
6 to
explicitly
6.
say giants.
It repented him that he had made man on the earth. And being touched inwardly with sorrow of heart, it repented him, etc. God,
Oh,
who is
yeah.
unchangeable, is
Etc.
not capable of repentance, grief, or any other passion. But these expressions are used to declare the enormity of the sins of men, which was so provoking as to determine their Creator to destroy these his creatures, whom before he had so much favored. 6 to 7. He said, I will destroy man, whom I have created, from the face of the earth, from man even to beasts, from the creeping thing even to the fowls of the air, for it repenteth me that I have
not
made
the
them.
creeping things.
6
Those
to
are my
8.
favorite ones.
But Noah found grace before the Lord. 6 to 9. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just and perfect man in his generations. He walked with a God. 6:10. And he begot 3 sons, Sem, Cham, and Japheth. 6:11.
Ah, fuck.
And the earth was corrupted before God, and was filled with iniquity. 6:12. And when God had seen that the
Repentance
earth
and grief
was
are
corrupted,
passions?
for all
Oh man,
flesh
do you
had
want me to
corrupted
get
its
into
way upon
repent?
the earth.
Do you want me to get
6:13.
into like guilt and
He said to Noah,
repentance
the
and
end of all flesh is
justification
come
in
before
Christianity?
me. The
Because
earth
I
is filled
can.
with iniquity through them, and I will
did a
destroy
lot of,
them with the earth. 6:14. Make
I did
thee
a
an
lot
ark
of study
timber
for that, for
planks.
the
Thou
blasphemous
shalt
playthrough.
make little rooms in the ark, and thou shalt pitch it within and without.
To try and understand that game a little bit
6:15.
more.
And thus shalt thou make it. The length of the ark shall be 300
It
cubits,
is-
the breadth of it 50 cubits, and the
It's
height of
something.
it 30 cubits. 300 cubits, etc. The ark, according to the dimensions here set down, contained 450,000 square cubits,
Oh
which
boy,
was more than
fucking
enough to
Christian
contain all
bro
the kinds of
science
living
coming up,
creatures.
everybody. Prepare
With all
yourself.
necessary provisions, even supposing the cubits here spoken of to have been only 1.5 feet each, which was the least king of cubits. 6:16. Thou shalt make a window in the ark, and in
Oh,
a
geez.
cubit shalt thou finish the top of it, and the door of the ark thou shalt set in the side. With lower, middle
right, Dubert,
chambers, and
let's
third
go.
stories shalt thou make it. 6:17. Behold, I will bring the
I'll
waters
probably
of a
collect.
great flood upon the earth to destroy all flesh,
You
wherein
see
is
Name of
the
the Rose?
breath
I'm
of
not.
life under heaven. All things that are in the earth shall be consumed.
I'm interested in ethics, and seeing a religious
6:18.
aspect might be interesting.
And I
Oh
will
man, you should be watching the
establish
Persona
my covenant with
series.
thee, and thou shalt
Talk
enter
about
into
that
the
all
ark,
the
thou
time.
and thy sons, and thy
Well, I
wife,
talk
and
about
the
that all
wives
the
of
time.
thy sons with thee. 6:19. And of every living creature of all flesh, thou shalt bring 2 of a sort into the ark, that they may live with thee, of the male sex, and the female. 6:20. The fowls according to their kind, and the beasts in their kind.
Of course, it
and
always
of
goes back to
everything that
Persona. We
creepeth on the
cover a
earth
lot of
according to
things
its
in
kind.
that series.
2 of every sort shall go in with thee,
Very.
that
It's
they
a
may
long
live.
series, you understand.
6:21. Thou shalt take unto thee of all food that may be
Passive
eaten,
bonus.
and thou
I
shalt
should
lay it up with thee, and it shall be food
No,
for
I
thee in
can't.
them.
I can maybe like try punching this.
6:22.
No.
And Noah did all things which God commanded him. Genesis chapter 7. Noah with his family go into the ark. The deluge overflows the earth. 7:1. And the Lord said to him, Go in, thou and all thy house, into the ark, for the eye have seen just before me in this generation.
I just gotta save the thing.
7:2.
Wow.
Of all clean beasts take 7 and 7.
Doc
the
Dreams
male and the
Persona wakes up
female.
ranting.
Of all
You gotta
clean.
understand, I
The
spend
distinction
a
of clean and
lot
unclean
of
beasts appears
time.
to have
I
been
spend
made
a
before
lot
the
of
law
time working on
Moses,
the Persona
which was not
series.
promulgated till the year of the world 2514.
Uh-huh.
7:3. But of the beasts that are unclean 2 and 2, the male and the female.
Can I?
Of the fowls also of the air 7 and 7, the male and
I
the
can probably do
female.
this,
That
right?
seed may be saved upon
Okay.
the face of the whole earth.
But I'm gonna destroy the time
7
pod.
to 4. For yet a while, and after
If
7 days
damaged or
I will
trampled
reign
by the
upon
enemy,
the earth
so
40 days and 40 nights,
Collect with the
and I
mech.
will
So it sounds like
destroy
I
every
won't
substance that I
actually
have
destroy
made
it.
from the face of the earth.
I'm gonna do it.
7 to 5. And Noah
Fuck.
did all things which the Lord had commanded him. 7 to 6. And he was 600 years old when the waters of the flood overflowed the earth. 7 to 7. And Noah went in and his sons, his wife and the wives of his sons with him into the ark because of the waters of the flood. 7 to 8. And of beasts clean and unclean, and of fowls, and of everything that moveth upon the earth. 7 to 9.
Ooh.
2 and 2 went into Noah into the ark.
I like the
male and
Robotech
female,
bubble.
as the Lord had commanded Noah. 7:10.
Halal and
after
kosher
the 7
butchery
days were
rules are
passed,
virtually
the
the
waters
same.
of the flood
Yeah,
overflowed
that makes
the
a
earth.
lot of sense. I mean,
7:11.
you know.
In the 600th year of the life of Noah, in the 2nd month, in the 17th day of the month, all the fountains of the great deep were broken up, and the floodgates of heaven were opened. 7:12.
Fasana is great
And
until he
the
starts
rain
talking
fell
about hitting
upon
on a
the earth
minor.
40 days
oh,
and 40
man.
nights.
It's bad even before that.
7:13.
Then
In the
it's just like,
self-same day Noah and Sem and Cham and Japheth, his sons, his wife, and the 3 wives of his sons with them
They really
went
got to
into the
chill
ark.
with the wanting to have sex with
7:14.
teenagers. I'll tell you that right now.
They and every beast
Like,
according
for
to its
fucking
kind, and
real.
all the cattle in their kind, and everything that
It is
moveth
normal
upon
difficulty,
the
yes.
earth according to its kind, and every fowl according to its kind, all birds and all that fly. 7:15. Went into Noah into the ark 2 and 2 of all flesh, wherein was the breath of life. 7:16. And they
How do I
that
even
went
wanna do
in,
this?
went in male and female of all flesh, as God had commanded him, and the Lord shut him in on the outside. 7:17. And the flood was 40
let me tell you
days
right
upon
now, the
earth,
main
and the
character
waters
is
increased,
not
and lifted up
18
the
years
ark on
old.
high from
Also,
the earth.
no.
7:18. For they overflowed exceedingly, and filled all on the face of the earth, and the ark was carried upon the waters. 7:19. And the waters prevailed beyond measure upon the earth, and all the high mountains under the whole heaven were covered. 7:20.
Havan. Is
The
it?
water was 15
I mean, this is a different
cubits higher
translation. It
than
might
the
actually just
mountains
be
which it covered.
Havan.
7:21. And all flesh was destroyed that moved upon the earth, both of fowl and of cattle, and of beasts, and of all creeping things that creep upon the earth, and all men. 7:22. And all things wherein there is the breath of life on the earth died. 7:23. And he destroyed all the substance that
How am I
was
even gonna
upon
do
the
this?
earth, from man even to beast, and the creeping things and fowls of the air, and they were destroyed from the earth. And Noah only remained, and they that were with him in the ark. 7:24. And the waters prevailed upon the earth 150 days. Genesis chapter 8. The deluge ceaseth. Noah goeth
gonna
out
take
of
the
the
hit.
ark, and offereth the sacrifice. God's covenant to him. 8:1. And God remembered Noah, and all the living creatures, and all the cattle which were with him in the ark,
Fine.
and brought a
Burning
wind
is
upon the
fine.
earth. And the waters were abated.
Can I take the same-
8:2.
okay, well,
the
I can
fountains
probably do-
also of the deep, and the floodgates of heaven
Why is there a
were
robot
shut
reading
up, and the
scripture?
rain from heaven was
It's
restrained.
a thing.
8:3. And the waters returned from off the earth, going
Yeah,
and
a very
coming,
religious
and they began to be
Skynet
abated
took-
after 150
Took a
days.
hold of me.
8:4. And the ark rested in the 7th month, the 27th day of the month,
Okay.
upon the
I think I
mountains
should really
of
do need to
Armenia.
repair that right now, because that's
8-5. And
that's
the
gonna be
waters were
bad.
going and decreasing until the 10th month, for in the 10th month, the first day of the month, the tops of the mountains appeared. 8-6. And after
think that I
that
just need to
40
get
days
done.
were passed, Noah opening the window of the ark, which he had made, sent
No,
forth
okay,
a
so that
raven.
can't go through that.
8-7. Which went forth and did not return, till the waters
fuck.
were dried up upon the earth. Did not return. The raven did not return into the ark, but as it may be gathered from the Hebrew, went to and fro, sometimes going to the mountains, where it found carcasses to feed on, and other times returning to rest upon the top of the ark. 8-8. He sent forth also a dove after him, to see if the waters had now ceased upon the face of the earth.
Yeah, I'm struggling.
8
It's
to
true.
9. But she not finding where her foot might rest, returned to him into the ark, for the waters were upon the whole earth, and he put forth his hand, and caught her, and brought her
I'm not
into
going to
the
be a
ark.
minor in a month. Hey, you're not
8:10.
supposed to be
And
watching this.
having
Nobody under
waited yet
18.
7 other days, he again sent forth
We're talking
the
about
dove
very
out of the
challenging
ark.
subjects like religion.
8:11. And she came to him in the evening, carrying a bough of an olive tree, with a green leaves, in her mouth. Noah therefore understood that the waters were ceased upon the earth.
Am I liking
8:12.
it? I'm
And
having
he
I'm
stayed
having
yet
trouble.
other 7 days,
basically.
and he sent forth the dove, which returned not any more unto him. 8:13. Therefore in the 601st year, the first month, the first day of the month, the waters were lessened upon the earth, and Noah, opening the covering of the ark, looked, and saw that the face of the earth was dried. 8:14. In the 2nd month, the 27th day
What if he
of the
buys
month,
a year's
the
worth
earth
of
was
subs?
dried.
No, still no.
8:15.
No
And God
exceptions.
spoke to Noah, saying, 8:16. Go out of the ark, thou and thy wife, thy sons, and the wives of thy sons with thee. 8:17.
Okay.
All living things that are with thee of all
What? No.
flesh, as well in fowls as in beasts, and all creeping things that creep
Work.
upon the earth, bring out with thee. And go ye upon the earth, increase and multiply upon it. 8:18. So Noah went out, he and his sons, his wife, and the wives of his sons with him. 8:19.
Okay.
And all
I
living
guess that'll be
things,
good.
and cattle, and creeping things that creep upon the earth, according to their kinds, went out of
what?
the ark.
Whatever.
8:20.
Doesn't
And
do
Noah
anything,
built
but
an
good
altar
to know.
unto the Lord, and taking of all cattle and fowls that were clean, offered holocausts upon the altar. Holocausts, or whole burnt offerings, in which the whole victim was consumed by fire.
That has a
upon
different
God's
word.
altar,
That has
and
different
no
meaning
part
these
was
days.
reserved for the use of priest or people. 8:21. And the Lord smelled the sweet savor, and said, I will no more curse the earth for the sake of man. For the imagination and thought of man's heart are prone to evil from his youth,
Yeah.
therefore I
Yeah,
will no
yeah.
more destroy every living soul as I have done. Smelled, etc. A figurative expression, denoting that God was well pleased with the sacrifices which his servant offered. 8:22. All the days of the earth, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, night and day, shall not cease. Genesis
Fine.
chapter 9. God blesseth
Fortunately-
Noah, forbiddeth blood, and promiseth never more to destroy the world by water.
Can't move.
The
Okay.
blessing of Sem and Japheth, 9:1. And God blessed Noah and his sons. And he said to them, Increase, and multiply, and fill the earth. 9:2. And let the fear and dread of you be upon all the beasts of the earth, and upon all the fowls of the air, and all that move upon the earth. All the fishes of the sea are delivered into your hand. 9:3. And everything that moveth and liveth shall be meat for you, even as the green herbs have I delivered them all to you. 9:4. Saving that flesh with blood you shall not eat. 9:5. For I will require the blood of your lives at the hand of every beast, and at the hand of man, at the hand of every man, and of his brother. Will I require the life of man? 9:6. Whosoever shall shed man's
fuck it.
blood, his blood shall be shed, for man was made to the image of God. 9:7. But increase you and multiply, and go upon the earth and fill it. 9:8. Thus also said God to Noah, and to his sons with him.
Top of
9:9.
Top of
Behold, I will establish
Bible
my
study
covenant
also
with you,
dig
and
Super
with your
Ghostbusters
seed
album.
after you.
No.
9:10. And with every living soul that is with you, as
How
well
many
in all
timelines?
birds,
Many.
as in
Myriad.
cattle and beasts of the earth that are
It's
come
all
forth
you
out of the
zombies
ark,
around here. Don't worry about it.
and in all the beasts of the earth. 9:11. I will establish my covenant with you, and all flesh shall be no more destroyed with the waters of a flood. Neither shall there be from henceforth a flood to waste the earth. 9:12. And God said, This is the sign of the covenant which I give between me and you, and to every living soul that is with you, for perpetual generations. 9:13. I will set my bow in the clouds, and it shall be the sign of a covenant between me and between the earth. 9:14. And when I shall cover the sky with clouds, my bow shall appear in the clouds. 9:15. And I will remember my covenant with you, and with every living soul that beareth flesh, and there shall no more be waters of a flood to destroy all flesh. 9:16. And the bow shall be in the clouds, and I shall see it, and shall remember the everlasting covenant
Okay.
that was made between God and every
Oh, come
living
on.
soul of all flesh which is upon the earth. 9:17.
That'll
And
help.
God said to Noah, This shall
Okay.
be the sign of the covenant which I have established between me and
My
all
son
flesh
sounds like
upon
Doc
the
needs
earth.
a hug. Wait, what?
9:18.
Why?
And the
'Cause
sons
listening
of
to the
Noah
Bible?
who came out of
Come
the
on,
ark
it's
were
the
Sem,
good book,
Cham,
baby.
and Japheth, and Cham is the father of Canaan.
Do you not want to
9:19.
hear the good news?
These three are the sons of Noah, and from these was all mankind spread over the whole earth. 9:20. And Noah a husbandman began to till the ground, and planted a vineyard. 9:21. And drinking of the wine was made drunk, and was uncovered in his tent. Drunk. Noah by the judgment of the fathers was not guilty of sin, in being overcome by wine, because he knew not the strength of it. 9:22. Which when Cham the father of Canaan had seen, to wit that his father's nakedness was uncovered, he told it to his two brethren without. 9:23. But Sem and Japheth put a cloak upon their shoulders, and going backward covered the nakedness of their father, and their faces were turned away, and they saw not their father's nakedness.
Actually, I
Covered the nakedness.
fuck it.
Thus,
Whatever.
as
No,
St.
nah,
Gregory
fuck it.
takes notice, L35 moral, seat 22, we ought to cover the nakedness, that is the sins of
fuck
our
it.
spiritual parents
Nope.
and
I was wrong.
superiors. 9:24. And Noah, awaking from the wine, when
It's
he
not
had learned
called
what
the
his
Book of
younger son had done to
Revelations,
him.
it's the
9:25.
Revelation. It's
He
one
said,
revelation.
"Cursed be Canaan, a
You
servant
know
of
this,
servants
right?
shall he be unto his brethren. Cursed be Canaan."
Like,
The
how do
curses,
people get
as well
that
as the
wrong?
blessings of the patriarchs were prophetical, and this in particular is here recorded by Moses for the children of Israel, who were to possess the land of Canaan. But why should Canaan be cursed for his father's faults? The Hebrews answer, that he being then a boy, was the first that saw his grandfather's nakedness, and told his father
Why are we
John of
here
it,
to
and joined
find
with him
out
in
that
laughing at
it's a
it,
fucking book of
which drew
Revelation?
upon him,
It's
rather
just
than
the
upon
one.
the rest of the
There's
children
only
of
the
Cham,
one
this prophetical
revelation.
curse.
Yeah, well, clearly you haven't either.
9:26, And he said, Blessed
Oh,
be the
well,
Lord
yes, I
God
have.
of Sem, be Canaan
I mean, I
his
have.
servant.
Ah, fucking whatever.
9:27. May God enlarge
I don't know. I'm
Japheth,
going
and
kind
may
of
he dwell
mad
in the tents
listening
of
to
Sem,
both
Canaan
this
be
and
his
also
servant.
trying to play this game and failing it at
9:28,
every single
and
turn
Noah
possible.
lived after the flood 350 years. 9:29. And all his days were in the whole 950 years, and he died. Genesis chapter 10. The genealogy of the children of Noah, by whom
Oh
the
God,
world
no.
was peopled after the
Please,
flood.
no.
10:1. These are the generations of the sons of Noah, Sem, Cham, and Japheth, and unto them sons were born after the flood. 10:2. The sons of Japheth, Gomer, and Magog, and Madai, and Javan, and Tubal, and Mosech, and Theras. 10:3. And the sons of Gomer, Asenez, and Riphath, and Agorma. 10:4. And the sons of Javan, Elisa,
fuck.
and Tharsis, Setham, and Dodanum. 10:5. By these were divided the islands of the Gentiles in their lands, every one according to his tongue and their families and their nations. The islands. So the Hebrews called all the remote countries to which they went by ships from Judea to Greece, Italy, Spain, etc.
Do you
10 to
feel
6.
like you're
And
just
the sons of
descending
Cham,
into
Chuz,
madness
and
right
Mizraim,
now?
and
Because
Phut,
that's what
and
I
Canaan.
feel
10
like.
to 7. And the sons of Chuz, Saba, and Havilah, and Sabbatha, and Regma, and Sabbatasha.
Are you like having trouble
The sons of
concentrating
Regma,
on
Saba,
things?
and Dedan.
Because
10
I
to
am.
8. Now Chuz begot Nimrod, he began to be mighty on the earth. 10 to 9. And he was a stat hunter before the Lord. Hence came a proverb, even is Nimrod the stat hunter before the Lord. A stat hunter, not of beasts but of men, whom by violence and tyranny he brought under his dominion. And such he was, not only in the opinion of men, but before the Lord, that is, in his sight who cannot be deceived. 10:10. And the beginning of his kingdom was Babylon, and Iraq, and Achab, and Cholan in the land of Sennaar. 10:11. Out of that land came forth Ashur, and built Nineveh, and the streets of the city, and Chael. 10:12. Rezin also between Nineveh and Chael, this is the great city. 10:13. And Mesraim begot Ludim, and Anamim, and Labim, Nephthuim. 10:14. And Phatrusam, and Chasluim, of whom came forth the Philistines, and the Capthorim. 10:15. And Canaan begot Sidon his firstborn, the Hethite.
that'll work.
10:16. And the Jebusite, and the Amorite, and the Girgasite. 10:17. The Hivite and Arasite, the Sinite. 10:18. And the Aradian, the Samorite, and the Hamathite, and afterwards the families of the Canaanites were spread abroad. 10:19. And the limits of Canaan were from Sidon as one comes to Jura even to Gaza, until that under Sodom and Gomorrah, and Adama,
Small
and Seboim
PP,
even to Lisa.
small m.
10:20.
M?
These are the children of Cham in their kindreds and tongues, and generations, and lands, and nations. 10:21. Of Sem also the father of all the children of Eber, the elder brother of Japheth, sons were born. 10:22. The sons of Sem, Elam and Ashur, and Arphaxad, and Lud, and Aram. 10:23. The sons of Aram, Us, and Hul, and Gether, and Mes. 10:24. But Arphaxad begot Sale,
Oh,
of
I
whom
can't
was
hit
born
behind it.
Eber. 10:25. And Weber were born two sons. The name of the one was Phaleg, because in his days was the earth divided, and his brother's name Jecton. 10:26. Which Jecton begot
what does
Almodad,
M mean?
and
I don't
Saleph,
know.
And Asarmuth Jer. 10:27. And Adoram, and Uzal, and Dekla. 10:28. And Ebal, and Abimael, Saba. 10:29. And Ophir, and Havilah, and Jobab. All these were the sons of Jecton. 10:30. And their dwelling was from Mesa as we go on as far as Sephir, a mountain in the east. 10:31. These are the children of Sem according to their kindreds and tongues, and countries in their nations. 10:32. These are the families of Noah, according to their people and nations. By these were the nations divided on the earth after the flood. Genesis chapter 11. The Tower of Babel. The confusion of tongues. The genealogy of Sem down to Abram. 11:1. And the earth was of one tongue, and of the same speech. 11:2. And when they removed from the east, they found a plain in the land of Sennar, and dwelt in it. 11:3. And each one said to his neighbor, Come, let us make brick, and bake them with fire.
I might be able to take him with the
And
forest
they had
thing,
brick
though.
instead of stones, and slime
That'd be
instead
good.
of mortar. 11:4. And they said, Come, let us make
M
a
is
city
my
and a tower,
anaconda.
the top
Don't
whereof
want
may
none
reach
unless
to
you
heaven.
got buns, hun.
And let
Man,
us
same
make
thing,
our
I don't
name
like that
famous
one.
before we be scattered abroad into all lands. 11:5. And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower, which the children of Adam were building.
Should actually be able to just
11:6.
No.
And he said,
No,
Behold,
it's because
it
of
is
the
one
buff guy.
people, and all have one tongue, and they
Unless-
have begun to do this, neither
There
will
we
they
go.
leave off from their designs, till
That'll
they
work.
accomplish them indeed. 11:7. Come ye, therefore, let us go down, and there confound their tongue, that they may not understand one another's speech. 11:8. And so the Lord scattered them from that place into all lands, and they ceased to build the city. 11:9. And therefore the name thereof was called Babel, because there the language of the whole earth was confounded. And from thence the Lord scattered them abroad upon
Confound.
the face of all countries.
Yeah, you know what? I can do this.
Babel, that
Just
is
pushing it into
confusion.
water does not necessarily
11:10.
mean that it's gonna
These
die.
are the generations of Sem. Sem
Yeah,
was
whatever.
100 years old when he begot Arphaxad, 2 years after the flood. 11:11.
Didn't add hun? Oh
And
yeah,
Sem
my
lived
anaconda
after he
won't want
begot
none unless you got
Arphaxad
buns, hun.
500 years, and begot sons and daughters.
Hooray, I did it! I'm the
11:12.
best. I
And
did it
Arphaxad
for real
lived
this time.
35 years, and begot Sale. 11:13.
Alright, let's check out this fucking
And
thing.
Arphaxad lived after he begot Sale 303 years, and begot sons and daughters. 11:14. Sale also lived 30 years, and begot Eber. 11:15.
Got this bar.
And Sale lived after he begot Eber 403 years, and begot sons and daughters. 11:16. And Eber lived 34 years, and begot
Yeah.
Phaleg. 11:17.
On the first win. Thanks.
And
Hey,
Eber
I love
lived
the
after he begot
tutorial.
Phaleg 430 years, and begot sons and daughters.
One of only a billion, I
11:18.
assume.
Phaleg also lived 30 years, and begot Ru. 11:19. And Phaleg lived after he begot Ru 209 years, and begot sons and daughters. 11:20. And Ru lived 32 years, and begot Sarug. 11:21. And Ru lived after he begot Sarug 207 years, and begot sons and daughters. 11:22. And Sarug lived 30 years, and begot Nichor. 11:23. And Sarug lived after he begot Nichor 200 years, and begot sons and daughters. 11:24. And Nichor lived 29 years, and begot Thare. 11:25. And Nichor lived after he begot Thare 119 years, and begot sons and daughters. 11:26. And Thare lived 70 years, and begot Abram, and Nichor, and Aaron.
What was I doing?
11:27. And these are the generations of Thare. Thare begot Abram, Nichor,
Okay,
and
so I can't
Aaron.
do that, yeah.
And Aaron begot Lot. 11:28. And Aaron died before Thare his father, in the land of his nativity in Ur of the Chaldees. 11:29.
If I did this.
And Abram and Nachor married wives. The name of Abram's wife was Sarai, and the name of Nachor's wife, Melcha, the daughter of Aaron, father of Melcha and father of Jesho. 11:30. And Sarai was barren, and had no children. 11:31. And
Cool.
Thare took Abram his son, and Lot the son of Aaron, his son's son, and Sarai his daughter-in-law, the wife of Abram his son, and brought them out of Ur of the Chaldees to go into the land of Canaan, and they came as far as Haran, and dwelt there. 11:32. And the days of Thare were 205 years, and he died in Haran.
I mean, the tutorial's impossible to
Genesis
fail.
chapter
It's
12,
scripted to
the call
explain
of
basics.
Abram,
Yeah,
and the
well,
promise
I
made
feel
to
proud
him.
anyway.
He sojourneth in Canaan, and then by occasion of a famine, goeth down to Egypt. 12:1. And the Lord said to Abram, Go forth out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and out of thy
I
father's
should just
house,
take the damage on these two things.
and come
just
into the land which I shall
deal
show
with that.
thee. 12:2. And I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee, and magnify thy name, and thou shalt
probably
be blessed.
do.
12:3. I will bless them that bless thee, and curse them that curse thee, and in thee shall all the kindreds of the earth be blessed. 12:4. So Abram went out as the Lord had commanded him, and Lot went with him. Abram was 75 years old when he went forth from Haran.
Actually, if I do...
12-5.
No,
and
it'll
he
hit
took
the
Sarai,
building
his
instead.
wife, and Lot his brother's son, and all the substance which they had
Actually,
gathered,
undo.
and the souls
What
which
if
they
I
had gotten
push-
in Haran. And they went
Yes,
out
this'll
to
work.
go into the land of Canaan. And when they were come into it, 12-6, Abram
Actually, I
passed
don't think
through
this'll
the
work.
country unto the place of Sichem, as far as the noble
whatever.
vale.
No.
Now the Canaanite was at that time in the land. 12-7. And the Lord appeared to Abram, and said to him,
Keyword
to thy
used
seed
to?
will I
Used to
give
be
this
what?
land. And he built there an altar to the Lord who had
Anti-Havan?
appeared to him. 12-8. And passing on from thence to a mountain that was on the east side of Bethel, he there pitched his tent, having Bethel on the west, and High on the east. He built
yeah,
there also an
Anti-Havan
altar
does
to
not
the
exist
Lord,
anymore,
and
does
called
it?
upon his name. 12-9. And
Not
Abram
hypey
went
enough.
forward, going and proceeding on to the south. 12-10. And there came a famine in the country, and Abram went down into
think
Egypt
that-
to sojourn there, for the
Okay,
famine was
yeah, that
very
works.
grievous in the land.
Because that should
12-11.
do...
And when he was near to
That,
enter
yeah.
into Egypt, he said to Sarai his wife, I know that thou art a beautiful woman. 12-12. And that when
Okay.
the Egyptians
Oh,
shall see thee, they
man.
will say, she is his wife, and they will
Did
kill
you
me,
know?
and
I
keep
knew
thee.
about hentai heaven being a
12-13.
thing. I never actually
Say,
went to it.
therefore, I pray thee
I
that
can't
thou
say
art my
that, like,
sister,
I was
that
a
I
big
may
user
be well used for
of
thee, and that my soul may live for thy sake. My sister. This was no lie, because she was his niece, being daughter to his brother Aaron, and therefore, in the style of the Hebrews, she might truly be
Oh, that
called his
just killed me.
sister. As Lot is called Abram's brother. Gen 14.14. See Gen 20.12. 12:14. And when Abram was
Well, if I do
come
this,
into
I'll-
Egypt,
yeah,
the
I'll destroy
Egyptians
it, and then
saw
I
the
can
woman
just
that she
do
was
that.
very beautiful. 12:15. And the princess
doesn't have
told
anything to
Pharaoh,
attack.
and praised her before him, and the woman was taken into the house of Pharaoh. 12:16. And they
The
used
world
Abram well
I
for
never
her sake.
actually went to hentai
And he
heaven. I
had
just
sheep
knew
and
about
oxen
it.
and he asses, and men servants,
being
and
real with
maid
you.
servants, and she asses, and
It
camels.
kind of looked crappy, if I'm being
12:17.
honest with you.
But the Lord scourged Pharaoh and his house with most grievous stripes for Sarai, Abram's wife. 12:18. And Pharaoh called Abram, and said to him, What is this that thou hast done to me? Why didst thou
There.
not tell me that she was thy wife?
Oh
12:19.
boy.
For what cause didst thou say, She was thy sister, that I might take her to my wife? Now therefore
There we
there
go.
is thy wife, take her, and go thy way.
I'm starting to get it. I'm
12,
starting to get
20.
it. It's taking some
And
fucking
Pharaoh
time,
gave his
but
men orders
it's taking a lot of
concerning
time,
Abram,
and we're
and they led
currently
him
in
away
like
and
book
his wife
3 of
and
the
all that he
Bible.
had.
But here we are.
Genesis chapter 13. Abram and
What do we
Lot
got?
part from each other.
Give me my
God's promise
give me
to
my
Abram
cool,
13-1. And Abram went up out of Egypt,
Loot
he
box.
and his wife, and all that he had, and Lot with him into the south. 13-2. And he was very rich in possession of gold and silver.
Okay.
13-3. And he returned by the way that he came from the
Okay.
south to Bethel, to the place where before he had pitched his tent between Bethel and
Bible
Hai.
study equals face palm.
13-4. In the place of the altar which he had made
I'm
before,
just-
and there he called upon the name of the Lord.
I'm gonna be real with you. It's like
13-5.
listening
But
to a
Lot
book
also,
for
who
this
was with
long is
Abram,
starting
had
to
flocks
maybe
of
drive
sheep
me
and herds of
insane.
beasts and tents. 13-6. Neither was the land able to bear them, that they might dwell together, for their substance was great, and they could not dwell together. 13-7. Whereupon also there arose a strife between the herdsmen of Abram and of Lot. And at that time the Canaanite and the Pharisite dwelled in that country.
Okay, come on.
13-8.
We are crossing
Abram
the game off the
therefore
list.
said to Lot, Let there
I don't
be
know
no
if I need
quarrel.
to do the
beseech
entire
thee
game if I'm
between
playing
me
it
and
here.
thee, and between my herdsmen and thy herdsmen, for we are brethren.
I want to say
13-9.
that
Behold, the whole land is before thee. Depart
if
from
Silver's
me. I
not
pray
still
thee,
here,
if
then
thou
yes,
wilt
this
go
is
to
crossed
the
off the
left
list
hand,
now.
I will take the right. If thou choose the right hand, I will pass to the left. 13-10. And Lot, lifting up his eyes, saw all the country about the Jordan, which was watered throughout before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, as the paradise of the Lord. And like Egypt as one comes to Seir.
okay.
13:11. And Lot chose to himself the country about the Jordan, and he
Actually, I
departed
think-
from the east, and they were
Yeah,
separated,
actually, I think what I'm
one
going to do
brother
is I'm
from
going to
the
push
other.
you on top of this because that'll prevent it
13:12.
from coming out.
Abram
Good.
dwelt in the land of Canaan, and Lot abode in the towns that were about the
This
Jordan, and dwelt in
will go
Sodom.
over here, punch it
13:13.
away.
And the men of Sodom were very wicked, and sinners before the face of the Lord beyond measure. 13:14. And the Lord said to Abram, after Lot was separated from
Now
him,
reset the
Lift
turn.
up thy eyes, and look from the place wherein thou now art to the north and to the south. to the
New
east
rule: if
and
you
to the
suggest in the
west.
kick of nut in a kick in the
13:15.
nuts game,
All
you
the
have to
land
watch
which
all
thou
of it.
seest, I will give to thee and to thy seed
What?
forever. 13:16.
I like
And I
the
will
last
make
kick
thy
in the nuts
seed as
game,
the
which I would
dust of
consider
the
tower
earth. If any
climb.
man
I'm
be
definitely
able to
sure the
number the
person who
dust of the
suggested it
earth,
watched all of it. Matt.
he shall be able to number thy seed also. 13:17. Arise and walk through the
Blocking
land
stuff
in the
is
length
mandatory.
and the breadth thereof, for I will give it to thee.
Okay, I think, like,
13:18. So Abram, removing
that's
his
gonna go
tent,
there.
came and dwelt by the vale of Mamre, which is in Hebron, and he built there an altar to the Lord.
you should use the attack order. I mean, I can see
Genesis
that.
chapter 14. The expedition of the four kings, the victory of Abram. He is blessed by Melchizedek.
Watch Tower Climb, not
14:1.
request
And it
Bible
came to
Black.
pass at that
Tower Climb
time
is fucking
that
great.
Amraphel, king of
Ah,
Shinar,
Tower
and
Tower
Arioch,
Climb was
king
a
of
game.
Pontus, and Chodorlaomer, king of the Elamites, and Thatel, king
Tower
of
Climb
nations.
was like 100% a
14:2.
game that
Made
I did
war
not
against
think
Barak,
that I was
king
going to
of
like as
Salem,
much as
and
I
against
did.
Bersa, king
But by
of
the end,
Gomorrah,
I
and
was
against
super
Sanab,
into
king
it.
of
To the point that I
Adamah,
actually
and
kind of want to
against Semeber,
continue it,
king
but I
of
also know that I
Seboim,
have
and
30 more
against
games
the
to
king
get
of
through.
Bala, which is Segur. 14:3. All these came together into the woodland vale.
I was
which now is
frustrated
the
having
Salt
to play a
Sea.
roguelite at first, and then I was very
14:4.
frustrated when
For
I
they
got to
had
the
served
second
Chodorlaomer 12 years,
the second
and in
chapter.
The 13th year
Oh
they
god, that is
revolted
just
from him.
ooh, that's a rough start.
14:5.
That game turned out
And
really
in
good.
the 14th year came
yeah.
Chodorlaomer, and the kings that were with him, and they smote the Raphaim and Astaroth Karnaim, and the Zuzim with them,
Easy attack
and
order.
the Amim and Save Kiriathim.
2, 3, 4.
14:6. And the Corians in the mountains of Seir, even to the plains of Pharan, which is in the wilderness.
I can do this.
14:7. And they returned, and came to the
Push this
fountain of
away.
Mizpat, the same as Cades, and
Do
they
this.
smote all the country of the
Push
Amalekites,
this
and the
away.
Amorian that dwelt in
And
Asaz
then
on
do
the
this
Mar.
and push this away. Okay, there.
14:8. And the king of Sodom, and the king of Gomorrah, and the king of Adamah, and the king of
Arr,
Sodom,
the
and the king
kings!
of Bale, which is Segur, went out. And they set themselves against them in battle array, in the woodland vale. 14:9. To wit, against Chodorlaomer, king of the Elamites, and Thatel, king of nations, and Amraphel, king of Shinar, and Arioch, king of Pontus, 4 kings against 5. 14:10. Now the woodland vale had
Okay.
many pits of slime. And the king
What?
of Sodom, and the king of Gomorrah turned their backs, and were overthrown there, and they that remained, fled to the mountain of slime, bituminous. This was a kind
What if I
of
put
pitch
this over
which
here,
served
and I
for
put
mortar
this-
in the building of Babel. Gen. 11.3, and was used by Noah
Will
in
hurt.
pitching the ark. 14:11. And they took all the substance of the Sodomites and Gomorrites, and all their victuals, and went their way. 14:12.
Vetoes.
And Lot also, the son of Abram's brother, who dwelt in Sodom, and his substance. 14:13. And behold, one that had escaped told Abram the Hebrew, who dwelt in the vale of Mamre the Amorite, the brother of Eshcol, and the brother of Aner. For these had made a league with Abram. 14:14. Which when Abram had heard, to wit that his brother Lot was taken,
Can I
he
do
numbered of the servants born in his house
this?
318 well appointed, and pursued them to Dan.
I didn't
14:15. And dividing his
quite
company, he
do
rushed
what I
upon
wanted,
them in
but I
the
might be
night,
able
and
to-
defeated them, and pursued them as far as Hobah, which is on the left hand of Damascus. 14:16. And he brought back all the substance, and Lot his brother, with his
fuck.
substance, the women also, and the people. 14:17. And the king of Sodom went out to meet him, after he returned from the slaughter of Chodorlaomer, and of the kings that were with him.
I'm
in
gonna do
the
this
vale of
right
Save,
here, I'm telling you.
which is the king's vale. 14:18. But Melchizedek, the king of Salem, bringing forth bread and wine, for he was the priest of the Most High God. 14:19. Blessed him, and said, Blessed be Abram by the Most High God, who created heaven and earth. 14:20.
Dying
And
here.
blessed be the Most High God, by whose protection the enemies are in thy hands. And he gave him the tithes of all. 14:21. And the king of Sodom
You're
said,
stealing my
Abram, give me
content
the
and I'm not
persons, and
happy.
the rest take
Ah,
to
shut up,
thyself.
Christ God. You know that you
14:22.
lost the
And he answered
copyright
him,
on
I
this
lift up
many,
my
many
hand
years
to the
ago.
Lord God, the Most High, the possessor of
I
heaven
probably
and earth.
shouldn't tell Christ to shut
14:23.
up, to be fair, but you
That
know.
from the very wolf thread unto the shoe latchet, I will not take of any things that are thine, lest thou say, I have enriched Abram. 14:24. Except such things as the young men have
Told you,
eaten,
copyright
and the shares
strike.
of the men that came with me, Aner, Eshcol, and Mamre, these
Wait,
shall
what?
take
Ah,
their
crap.
shares.
I did it again.
Genesis chapter 15. God promiseth seed to
It
Abram.
really he.
His faith, sacrifice, and vision. 15-1. Now when these things were done, the word of the Lord came to Abram by a vision, saying, Fear not, Abram, I am.
Oh my god, I had to stop that. Oh. Somehow we spent an hour and a half doing that. And so Jesus was banned. Okay. Now, I'm gonna hold Town Road. Sounds good. Wait, why abandon the timeline? You weren't in the scenario when you lose. You lose 1 or 2 buildings. That's too many. Especially at the start of the game. I need to lose no buildings over the entire course of this playthrough. Must all be purposeful. Man. Okay. Can't you do it? Now then, better come back from the dead soon. No, that'll be like 3 days from now. You know that's not how that works. Okay, not quite. But I should be able to punch in. Yeah, that should work. Yeah, okay. But I won't be able to actually hit anything else. This'll work. Oh, right, it pushes things. It doesn't push the thing that it hits. All right. Doc, you have to stream 3 days from now, and he appears in the chat, and then we know he's the real one. No! I refuse. Okay, we've been threatened from both sides, I think. First off, let's do that. Not quite, but not bad. Oh, thank you, it stopped. Oh, thank the Lord? No. No, bless the Lord. It stopped. No, that's not how that works. You don't bless the God. I don't think I can do more stream. I think stream over today. At least after this one. No, that'll start attacking that one then. Unless. Yes? Okay. Okay. Oh, so no DC or control? Oh no, control will probably be a little bit later. The day, like tomorrow or something. Tomorrow's gonna be Dead Cells though. Oh, that's it. All right, I did it. I do be sucking. Do be sucking. Okay. I'll do like a little bit more into the breach. Maybe I'll play more on stream or something. I don't fucking know what I'm doing. I'm very confused as to what's happening right now.